Hello and good morning from YWAM Arua in northern Uganda here. In case you didn't know me, my name is Chris and I've recently taken over leadership of the stewardship team here at YWAM Arua. Basically we are responsible for looking after or stewarding everything that belongs to us as YWAM Arua. So that includes looking after the compound, all of the buildings, security, vehicles. There's a lot, and as you can see behind me, we've been blessed with a huge space here in Arua. We've got about 35 acres and probably about 30 buildings, so you can imagine there's a lot of work for us to do. We've got a number of projects that have, until now we've had to put them on hold because we've not had the money to go ahead with them. Most of our income here at YWAM Arua comes from visiting teams, and obviously with the pandemic that's hit us pretty hard, and so as a base we've had to learn to be a lot more sustainable, growing some of our own food and cutting some of our expenses. But we'd really love to try and move on with some of these projects. So if you don't mind, if you can bear with me, I'd love to take you on a little tour around our base and show you a few of the things that we'd love to see happen, and would love, if possible, if you could stand with us and contribute to any of these projects. So I think first and foremost what we have here is what used to be our old kitchen and dining room, but we'd love to renovate this building and turn it into a usable classroom. We've actually got 4 different schools starting in the new year. Some in January, some in February. We've got the DTS, the Discipleship Training School, which I'm going to be leading. We've got the School of Biblical Studies. We've got the Sustainable Agriculture School and the School of Encounter. But the challenge we face at the moment is that we only have 2 classrooms. And that's why I would love to convert this one. So we're looking at putting in some new windows, putting in a door, a new ceiling, plastering and painting the walls, and then putting in a new floor, because this one is, you can't tell maybe from the video, but it's not flat. So that's some of the work in. All of that work we probably need about $2,000 for. So that's to turn this into a 3rd kind of good classroom for us to use to facilitate these schools. Secondly then, this is one of our existing classrooms, which will probably be used by the Sustainable Agriculture School. And as you can see on the outside here, it's in need of a bit of TLC. Need to put a little bit of plaster and paint around the outside on these walls, which are getting quite badly damaged. And it's the same on the inside. So whilst this may not be absolutely essential to do now, it's going to be really good to help keep these classrooms and buildings in a good state for a long time to come. So painting inside and out, we're probably looking at about $500 or $600 that we need to keep this classroom nice. So here on the other side of the base, we've got a small piece of land just here which we've allocated to build a children's playground. And all the 35 acres of land we've got, there isn't really a great place for the children to be able to play. So we'd love to develop this, put some climbing frames, some swings, make it a safe and enjoyable place for the children to play. We've already had some donations towards that, so we've got a little bit of money to be able to start. But if you'd love to contribute towards that, that would be wonderful. And then just behind us here, this building you can see is what we call a pit latrine, or a long drop. Thankfully all of our buildings have indoor bathrooms, but there is still, it's important that we have these latrines, because there are some things like dirty nappies and diapers, sanitary pads. We can't dispose of them any other way than throwing them in the latrine, so we need to have that there. It's also good for when visitors and workmen come onto the base. So this one here, we had 4 different latrines together, and they are full, and so we desperately need to build a new one. We've already started work digging the new one just here. Thankfully, well, not thankfully, it's rainy season, so it's been filling up quicker than we've been able to dig it, so we're going to wait for it to dry out a little bit. We've managed to salvage some old bricks from another building that we pulled down here, so we can use those, but we still need to buy a couple of trips of bricks, some cement. We're hopefully going to save costs, reuse the existing roof from this one, but we probably need a couple $100 to be able to build a new latrine there. So last but by no means least, there are a number of places around the fence of our base where it's normally the children outside that cut holes in the fence and they come on to try and take some firewood and that, but it leaves it quite vulnerable. This is one of the places where there's a particular vulnerability. I see the fence is quite badly damaged here, and there's a big area here where anybody can just enter. And so we'd love to build a sort of a stone wall up from the river there along this first bit of fence to make this place a little bit more secure. And again, I think we probably need a couple $100 to be able to do a good job there and to keep the base safe. So there you have it. Those are just some of the projects that I'd love to see happen over the next few months. If you love what we do here, if you'd like to support us and stand with us and just help us as a base, we'd love to hear from you. If you're in the UK or the USA, you'll find some links just below this video to our churches, Woodlands Church in the UK and Church on the Hill in America. It's easy to give through our churches. In the USA, they can give you a tax-deductible receipt, and in the UK, they can add gift aid to your donation. If you're from somewhere else, please get in touch and we'll be able to give you more information on how you can give directly to the base here in Arua. Thank you so much, and God bless you. If you do give, we'd ask you to send us a quick message so we know to expect it, so we can follow up with our churches and make sure that the money goes to whatever you want it to go to. Thank you very much. God bless you.